Hello, it's a great pleasure for me to meet you once again on the air for a new pedagogical session in English. Today's session will be devoted to practice activities for baccalaureate exam, final exam papers, as you can see. So today we're going to work on practice activities for baccalaureate final exam papers. Okay? Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, well, today we're going to work on the reading comprehension section. All right. And here is the reading text. That is to say, the text on which we're going to answer and do some tasks. Fine. So here is the title. Okay, please, for the moment, just have a look at the text. Don't read it. Just see how long or how short it is. All right? That's first paragraph of the text. That's second paragraph. This is number 3 paragraph. That's paragraph 4. That's paragraph 5. That's paragraph 6. And that's paragraph 7. So as you can see, it's a 7 long text for today's session. Now, please have a look at questions. Now, normally this is what you have on your exam paper. You're given a text, and then you're asked to base all your answers on the text. So, here are the questions we're going to work on today. Now, for the moment, please don't worry. We aren't going to answer right now the questions, but in a few moments. Now, for the moment, just have a look at the questions. So, this is the first set. Okay. This is the second set of questions. Right. Now we move on to set number 3. Right. Then set number 4. Now remember, we're just having a look at the paper as a whole for the moment. And now we have set number 5. So as you can see, we have a 7 paragraph long text along with 5 types of questions. Now we're going to have the first reading of the text. So please, when you get the paper, now the first thing you do is to have a look at the text, have a look at questions, and of course, it's only logical that you read the text, the whole text, for the first time. Now here we go. Let's read the whole text together. Now, as you can see, the title is Ronaldo, Zidane face SL Benfica All-Stars in a match against poverty. Right, Geneva, Lisbon. As goodwill ambassadors for the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, football stars Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane will play together with other renowned footballers for a friendly match against SL Benfica All-Stars team. For the first time, Ronaldo and Zidane will be on the same side in a match that will recall the urgency of working together to address poverty. Right. No one is a spectator in the struggle to end poverty, said Ronaldo, who now plays for Corinthians in Brazil. It is only through working together on the same team that we will achieve the Millennium Development Goals. All right. The Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, are 8 international development targets that 192 United Nations member states and at least 23 international organizations agreed to achieve by the year 2015. They include reducing extreme poverty, reducing child mortality rates, and fighting disease epidemics such as HIV/AIDS. Zinedine Zidane, who retired from active football in 2006 but who continues to play in the annual match against poverty, echoes Ronaldo's thoughts. We must score the 8 goals through commitment, willpower, and teamwork, he said. UNDP Administrator Helen Clark said that this year's match takes on special importance as it comes 5 years before the MDG deadline. The MDGs are enormously important targets, the achievement of which would mean a huge improvement to people's lives, she said. Achieving them will require strong partnerships, enough dedicated resources, unwavering political leadership, and a long-term strategy to ensure that how we develop and grow is sustainable in every sense. Luis Felipe Vieira, chairman of the SL Football Club and president of Benefica Foundation, said the club is happy to be associated with UNDP for such an event. Football is a great way to get people together for a good cause. Half the proceeds from the match will go to the SL Benefica Foundation, targeted at social development projects in Lusophone Africa. The remaining funds will be managed by UNDP to benefit development projects. Proceeds from previous 6 matches have benefited anti-poverty initiatives ranging from support to female entrepreneurs to the construction of sports centers for street children and the disadvantaged. Funds have gone to support projects throughout Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Okay, now we have read the text. This is the first reading. Now we move on to the first focused reading. That is to say, we'll have a look at questions and then we'll go back to the text and try to find the answers to each question. Now it's focused, which means we're going to focus to concentrate on only the part of the text that we need to find the answer. All right. Now the first question is, answer these questions. Let's look at the first question. What do the acronyms UNDP and MDGs stand for? This is the first question. Now, let me take you to the text. Please have a look at the lines of the text that are in green. Okay, Ambassadors of the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. So we have the answers here, so we don't need to go further into the text. All right? And then we've got MDGs, the first line of this paragraph. As I told you, this is focused, concentrated reading. We don't need to go further into the text. The Millennium Development Goals, MDGs. So we have the answers here, so we don't need to read on the text. So, remember the question? What do the acronyms UNDP and MDGs stand for? Now we found the answer. Here it is. Answer is UNDP stands for the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. MDGs stands for the Millennium Development Goals. Right? Good. Now we move on to the second question. Number 2. What football team does Ronaldo play for now? Now please let me take you to the part of the text where we can find the answer. Here it is. Please look at the lines in green. It says, who now plays for Corinthians in Brazil? We've got the answer. So as you can see, there is no need for us to go further into the text. Here is the answer. The question again. What football team does Ronaldo play for now? Please write the answer. He now plays for Corinthians in Brazil. Okay? Now we move on to question 3. When did Zinedine Zidane retire from active football? Remember, this is focused reading. That is to say, we read only the text we need for the answer. Now let me take you to this paragraph. Right? please have a look at the lines in green color. Zinedine Zidane, which says, who retired from active football in 2006. So we've got the answer. So there is no need for us to read on. Now the question again, when did Zinedine Zidane retire from active football? The answer is, he retired from football, active football, in 2006. Good. Now, we come to question number 3. Please, at the bottom, it says, how many anti-poverty matches have been played before? Please don't read the whole text to find the answer. Just go to the part of the text where you think you will find the answer, as we'll do now in a moment. Right? Now, the first line in this paragraph gives us the answer. Proceeds from previous 6 matches. Right? The answer is? Okay, the answer is 6 anti-poverty matches have been played before. Right, so we finished with our first focused reading. Now, with your permission, we move on to the second focused reading along with questions. But before that, let's look at questions. It says, are these sentences true or false? Justify. I think you know these questions. Now, look at the first question. It says, Ronaldo and Zidane will play in different teams. True or false? Now, let's go to the paragraph and see and take our decision. Please look at the parts of the text which is in green. Football stars Ronaldo and Zidane will play together. And further down, it says, Ronaldo and Zidane will be on the same side. So, okay, the answer is false. Justification from the text, football stars Ronaldo and Zidane will play together. Then second justification, Ronaldo and Zidane will be on the same side. So it's false, and here is the justification which we have taken from the text. Next, number 2. UNDP will do nothing about HIV/AIDS. True or false? Let's go to the text and see. Please, same thing, it's focused reading. Please just read the part of the text which will give you the answer. Now here, at the bottom of the paragraph, just look at the line in green. It says, and fighting disease epidemics such as HIV/AIDS. So the answer, of course, is false, because the text says, and fighting disease epidemics such as HIV/AIDS. Right. Now we come to the number 3. Helen Clark works for the UNDP. Remember, this is a true-false exercise. True or false? Let's go to the text. Please look at this paragraph. As we did in previous exercises, just look at the part in green. It says, UNDP Administrator Helen Clark. That's enough. We've got the answer. Right, Helen Clark works for UNDP. Yes, it's true. The text says, UNDP Administrator Helen Clark. Right? As easy as that. Now, number 4. The money raised will go to UNDP only. Is this true or false? The money which we will collect from the match will go only to UNDP. Is this true or false? Now, please just go to the part of the text where we can find the answer to this question. Right. Please, same thing. Can I draw your attention to the part of the text which are highlighted in green? It says, half the proceeds from the match will go to the SL Benefica Foundation. And further down, it says, the remaining funds will be managed by UNDP to benefit development projects. So, it's false, because the text says half the proceeds from the match will go to the SL Benefica Foundation. It also says the remaining funds will be managed by UNDP to benefit development programs. Right. Okay, so much for these two exercises. Now we come to the third set of questions, which means we're going to do another focused reading. Let's look at the question. It says, find in the text words that mean the same as, which means we're going to read the text and find synonyms for these words. Number one, famous, well-known. It's in paragraph 1. So this time it's really focused because we'll tell you to go right away to the paragraph number 1 to find the answer. So your job is to find synonyms equivalent for famous, well-known, which are adjectives, right? Right, so the first paragraph, you've got the word there, renowned. So the renowned is the equivalent, is the same thing as well-known, famous. Here is your answer, right? Famous, well-known means the same thing as renowned. Remember this. Sometimes you need these for your composition. Now, please, you find synonym for fight, war in paragraph 2, right? Let's go to paragraph 2. Right? It's there. No one is a spectator in the struggle. So struggle is the same thing as fire or war. Sorry, fight or war. Here is your answer, struggle. Okay? Now, number 3, find synonym for very big, enormous. Where? Of course, in paragraph 5. Okay? Very big, enormous, which means you're going to find an adjective. Very big adjective, enormous is an adjective. So your job is to look for an adjective in paragraph 5, which means the same thing as enormous. Here we go. It's there. Huge. Huge. So answer, very big, enormous in paragraph 5 means the same thing as huge. Right. Now we come to the first set number 4, which means the fourth focused reading. Focused means concentrated. Let's look at questions. It's called pronoun reference. The question is, what do the underlined words in the text refer to? This is the question you normally have in your exam papers. Right? They, right? What does they refer to? Now, it's there in the text. It's underlined. Now, nations, okay, let's read on. Nation members, states, and at least 23 international organizations agreed to achieve by the year 2015. Okay? They refers to the Millennium Development Goals. You can see? Right? Pronoun reference, pronoun they refers to the Millennium Development Goals. So the answer is they refers to the Millennium Development Goals, which stands for MDG. Second pronoun, she, right? She, it's there, right? If you read, you will find that she refers to Helen Clark, right? So she in the text refers to Helen Clark, as you can see. Right, she, you write your answer this way, she refers to Helen Clark. Okay? Now, the club. Now, in the text we have the club, right? Now, what does this word refer to in the text? Let's go to the paragraph. Right? Let's read on. Luis Felipe Vieira, chairman of the SL Benfica Football Club and president of Benfica Foundation, said the club is happy to be associated with UNDP. Of course, the club refers to SL Benfica Football Club. That's very good. So the answer, the club refers to SL Football Club. Right. And we have one more exercise, which means we're going to do focused reading number 5. Now it says, complete these sentences in your own words. Sometimes you can find the answers right away in the text. Sometimes you can use your imagination, your experience to do an exercise. This is an example of an exercise where you can use your knowledge and your experience to do it. Now, Geneva is a city in, right? Lisbon is the capital city of. In Lusophone Africa, the Gap is spoken as the main language. Now, which means you don't have the answers for these in the text, but you have hints, ideas. Now, Geneva, Lisbon, it's in the text, right? We've got half the proceeds from the match will go to the SL Benefica Foundation, targeted at social development projects in Lusophone Africa. Then we come to the answer. Okay, did you find it? Okay, Geneva is a city in, of course, yes, it's in Switzerland. Okay, you use your general knowledge, your experience to do the exercise. As I told you, the answers aren't directly taken from the text, but they are taken from your experience. Lisbon, it's quite easy. The capital city of, very good, Portugal. Right? Lisbon is the capital city of Portugal. Now, in Lusophone Africa, right, is spoken as the main language. You know, we have Anglophone, that's English. Francophone, that's French. Now, Lusophone, what language is that? Very good. It's Portuguese. So, in Lusophone Africa, Portuguese is spoken as the main language. Thank you very much for following it. I hope to be able to see you next time, and I hope you've enjoyed and benefited a lot from the lesson. Until next time, bye-bye.